Lovely rear lights, guys. Looks like crystal. I've seen cars worth 100,000 euros that don't even have rear lights this stylish. Looks a bit like a sports car. I have no idea why Peugeot has developed an obsession with small steering wheels. Yes, everyone, over here is the Peugeot 5008, the 5008. Now, the release of the 5008 marked a very interesting chapter for the PSA group because this was the entrance of the PSA group into the SUV segment, the crossover SUV segment, guys. Now, the PSA group were one of the latest brands to enter the crossover SUV segment. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that they were late. But were they really that late? However, the concept of family cars was not alien to the French car manufacturers. In fact, they expanded because of family cars. There were many famous examples of French family cars, like the Renault Espace, everyone, and even ancient models like the Citroen DS. Exterior design of the Peugeot 5008, everyone. Now, I saw this Peugeot 5008 driving at night, and I was convinced that it had the resemblance of a Citroen C5 X. I saw it one night driving and I thought to myself, doesn't it resemble a Citroen C5 X? I'm going to show you all what I'm talking about from certain angles. Look at the front. Yes, everyone, obviously this is a facelifted version, but if you look at the designs right here, and just the way it looks a bit angry, the way it just descends like this. Now, this has become a Peugeot identity, but I'm very much convinced it has some Citroen relevance. It has some relevance with the Citroen C5 to some extent. It's very interesting what's going on over here, guys. This Peugeot 5008 costs 46,000 euros. Is this good value for money or not? We're gonna find out in a moment, everyone. Let's get on with the review right now. So over here, guys, the exterior design of the Peugeot 5008, 5008. Now this is a GT line, I have to remind you all. Yes, indeed, GT line. Very interesting. Now, I really like the way Peugeot has gone about the style, and this is just a facelift version, guys. The first generation had a really strong resemblance to the Citroen C5, but now this generation looks very different, but it has this resemblance, guys, this angry looking front. By the way, this is the facelifted version. Strong resemblance to the Peugeot 508, le 5008. Very interesting what's going on. It's very good what Peugeot has done about the front, guys. Very creative, very stylish. This is what I'm talking about. The French like to be innovative. They like to do something nobody else would have thought of doing. Nice alloy wheels. So it's like a 5-spoke alloy, a blend between shiny alloy and black alloy, guys. Now, historically, Peugeot had the 807 as their minivan. But since the minivan segment has gone down in Europe and the demands have gone down as well, Peugeot has basically introduced the 5008 to be a crossover SUV, but that has the interior feeling of a minivan, guys, and I'm going to show you all how. First of all, I want you all to look at this figure. Like, do you notice how it looks like a box? Just this overall shape, a stylish box. Lovely rear lights, guys. Looks like crystal. Wow. I mean, wow, guys. 46,000 euros, and these rear lights look like something you'd see on a car of 100,000 euros. That's really, really interesting. I mean, I've seen cars worth 100,000 euros that don't even have rear lights this stylish. Congratulations, Peugeot. Roof in black, and you get the body paint right here, guys. Very, very nice how Peugeot's gone about it. Quite premium. I've noticed Peugeot went very premium when it came to the style, the choice of the paint, guys. Whilst exploring the exterior of this Peugeot 5008, I was very impressed, guys, with how Peugeot has gone about the crossover SUVs. Very good. But I noticed some questionable aspects, and I'm going to point them out right now. For instance, the first questionable aspect I'd like to point out is gorgeous style over here, gorgeous looking vent, but I'm not so sure it has a purpose, guys. It's not very clear. For a price of 46,000 euros, the presence of hard plastic is a little bit too much. I would have expected maybe some piano black paint or something, and especially at this rear bumper. The rear bumper is a bit too conspicuous, too much plastic over there. This is something a bit alarming. Despite the fancy front and the fancy design, you do not get a 360-degree parking camera, and you do not get front parking sensors either. 46,000 euros, guys, and there's no front parking sensor and no front parking camera. And I've also just noticed you do not get parking sensors at the rear. Oh my goodness, guys. 46,000 euros, and this Peugeot 5008 does not have any parking aid except this rear parking camera right there. This is a little bit alarming. Time to explore the interior of this Peugeot 5008, everyone. Just take a moment and admire those wonderful leather seats, guys. I love the stitching details, and I love how you get an under-knee support. So it's like right here, guys. Check this out. See? I get this support right here, and it feels just at home. It's very comfortable. Peugeot has gone all premium with their interiors. So it's like, it's all about being affordable, budget price, but premium looking. And I think Peugeot has been quite successful in this quest, guys. They've been quite good. I mean, the Peugeot 5008 sells like hotcakes here in Belgium. I forgot to mention this earlier. But just how successful has it really been? Because I don't really see much anymore on the roads. Like when it first came out, it used to dominate the Belgian roads, but now you don't see many of them anymore. Like, I think competitors have caught up very fast. Driver-centric with the design of this interior. This whole center over here tilts towards the driver. It's a similar concept the Volkswagen Group and BMW have employed. Well, BMW was the first one to have this concept, and the Volkswagen Group joined in the 2010s. Now, when it comes to identity, one thing that has to be remarkable about the interior is that Peugeot likes to change their interiors too much to a point where it dilutes identity a little bit. Like you just don't see any relevance with the last generation. It's always something completely different. But it is Peugeot's work. So there is a Peugeot identity, but if we're talking about history or reference to historic models, I find it very difficult to see any reference to historic models, guys. There's nothing historic about this interior. Nice controls over here. It's like a piano. That's very, very creative. This is what I'm talking about. The French like to be very innovative. The style is there, guys. This is very exciting, very interesting to look at, and very appealing. For a price of 46,000 euros, the style in this interior looks more than what its price indicates. This looks like something you'd see in a car of 100,000 euros, in my opinion. Like, look at this Alcantara right here. This is something I would expect in a car of 200,000 euros, like a sports car or something. Like, wow. It's very cool how this part of the interior over here looks a bit like a sports car. This shiny chrome right here that goes around this area. And then you get a piano black over here. Very interesting. But the piano black is only here and nowhere else. So it's like, for the rest of the interior, it's nowhere to be seen. But otherwise, you do get pleasant feels. Like you get leather wrapping everywhere. And then squidgy plastic above. And hard plastic over here. This is your window control and your mirror controls. Now, Peugeot has given a good amount of details onto it. So I like how it has a chrome touch to it at the end. And same for the window controls. Although this whole area over here is plastic, but you do get a nice handle right here for the door. Very good, guys. And then you get this Alcantara accompanied with chrome underneath. You know what's a bit funny? There's a bit of irony, okay? The Alcantara implies something super premium. But then right next to it, you get hard plastic. It's gorgeous to look at, but as soon as you touch it, you notice there's something that just doesn't pair well together. Alcantara and then hard plastic. You know, it's like seeing something premium and then seeing something budget. These two just don't pair well together. Over to practicality, everyone. So over here, you get a deep storage space and you get 12-volt socket and a USB point right there and a micro storage space right here. Very nice, guys. It's very good. And underneath over here, there's no storage space. Oh, well, it's very nice. At least this center cocoons you. That's what I like. 2 cup holders of fixed sizes. Very nice. And you get this central console storage, which looks premium. But the question is it really spacious in there? We'll find out. Whoa! Okay, the central console storage is very deep. I like it. The storage solutions so far are very nice. Now time to see the glove box. Oh my goodness. The practicality solutions in this interior are actually surprisingly better than I had imagined. Because PSA group cars tend to be very terrible with practicality, or they just don't tend to be the best when it comes to practicality. But this Peugeot 5008 is full of surprises, and I love it, guys. Here is a nice door bin of the Peugeot 5008. Now, whether it can fit a big water bottle or not, I don't really think it can, but the fact that this is diagonal, I think the big bottle would be leaning in a diagonal position. Otherwise, the door bin is rather deep, and I like what Peugeot has done with it. You get a panoramic roof, everyone, but no storage solution above over here. Now, usually most crossover SUVs of this price and segment, most competitor models, they would always offer a storage solution up here. Like but in the case of this Peugeot 5008, the 5008, you do not get any storage solution above. Now, whether this is questionable or not, you all be the judge. Alrighty, everyone. Now, just because this interior was all stylish and all, you know, about a concept car being brought to life, does not mean that it evades questionable aspects. It does not mean there were no problems. I was impressed with this interior, but I also noticed some problems, and I'm going to point them out right now. Questionable aspects, guys. The first questionable aspect I'd like to remark, guys, is the steering wheel. I have no idea why Peugeot has developed an obsession with small steering wheels, and they've included this size in every single Peugeot model. The Peugeot 208 has the exact same replica. The steering wheel is pleasant to touch, guys. I mean, it looks good, but the size does not pair well with crossover SUVs. It just does not. Traditionally, crossover SUVs have to have a bigger diameter for steering wheels. They need to be bigger, and not just for the looks, but for physics reasons, guys. When turning the steering wheel, it will be easier. The power steering of the Peugeot car is not questionable. It's always good. I've tried the power steering wheel of various Peugeot models, and it's very pleasant. But what's not pleasant is the size, guys. And then there's also another problem. The problem is this handle obstructs my view of the instruments cluster. And so, you know, I have to adjust the steering wheel because I'm used to seeing the instrument cluster through the gap between the handle and the center. But now, because of the size of the steering wheel, I'm forced to put the steering wheel all the way down. If I put it too down, it will go too close to my knee or to my legs. The rear seat of the Peugeot 5008, everyone. Now, the entrance is very good. And by the way, these doors are very, very long, the rear doors. It's very nice, very spacious entry. And it is over here, I was convinced that this is indeed a minivan. Basically, it has the looks of a crossover SUV, but the interior is like a minivan, guys. Very spacious, unquestionable, and I'm going to prove it to you all right now by sitting inside. So, let's go in. Knee room is plentiful. My knee room is plentiful. Now, it can all depend on the seating adjustment of the driver and the front passenger. Now, that's a little bit cute. You get this nice tray right here, which is so small. I can only imagine what it can be used for. I mean, nice try, Peugeot, but it's just, yeah, it was a bit of an afterthought, I think. When it comes to headroom, at the moment, I'm sitting in this interior and I can feel my head is very close to the ceiling. But now I'm not sure if the rear seats are adjustable. Please let me know what you all think, guys. Are they adjustable or not? It's not very clear to me. It feels as though they're adjustable. It looks as though they're... But otherwise, whoever designed the seats clearly must have worked for Louis Vuitton at one point, because look at the amount of details on the seat. Like, look at the stitching, guys. These seats have more stitches than a Louis Vuitton bag. Alrighty, guys, you get basic climate controls, 12-volt socket right here, USB point at the bottom, and nice air vents right here. Very good. And then you get this rear seat pocket right here. Very flexible. And then when it comes to practicality, wonderful door bin. Now, the door bin is very, very, very pleasant. One of the best door bins I've ever seen for its price and segment. I'm impressed. Well done, Peugeot. Handle, you get a coat hook, but when it comes to beacon of hope lighting, it's all the way at the rear right here, guys. Here's my conclusion of the Peugeot 5008, the 5008, everyone. Alright, very mixed feelings I have about this car. First of all, I can confirm it does feel like a modern day Citroen CX. Is this Peugeot 5008 5008 good value for money or not? For a price of 46,000 euros, I have to say it is okay value for money. Now, I'm inclined to say good value for money, but the reason why I say okay value for money is because, first of all, let's talk about what I liked about this Peugeot 5008. What I loved about it was the strong identity and how it looks like a modern day Citroen DS estate version, okay? And then also the practicality of the interior, the family friendliness is unquestionable. This is certainly the car for a family. Something desirable, something very interesting. So much practicality space that I was shocked. It was just too good, guys. Now, French car manufacturers have a reputation for great practicality solutions when it comes to family cars. Their family cars tend to be like spaceships, okay? Just super spacious and just super fun to live with. Some questionable aspects, guys, and I'd like to remark them right now. The absence of parking aid for a price of 46,000 euros on this Peugeot 5008. It's very alarming. Every competitor of this price range offers parking aid, at least parking sensors even. But Peugeot has gone down a different route in this regard. Now, I do not know why they're absent, but it should not be absent. So you want my opinion of this Peugeot 5008? Oh, I love it. I love this Peugeot 5008, guys. This Peugeot 5008 is a new chapter for the PSA Group and was a new chapter for the PSA Group when it first rolled out in the mid-2010s. But just some things that have to be remarked, guys, is that Peugeot must improve in functionality and value for money, guys. This car may have had the style, it may have had the desirability, guys, and it was very popular when it first rolled out, but it's now been declining in fame a little bit, either because it's waiting for a new generation or probably because it just wasn't great value for money compared to what competitors were offering. No hybrid technology either, guys, and 46,000 euros, and there was no parking aid, except for the rear camera at the back. So at this point, guys, we can only hope that Peugeot improves with technology and also with reliability. And please don't forget to check the links in the description for my car reviews, travel videos, and my creativity videos, everyone. And please let me know in the comment what you all think of this Peugeot 5008. Do you all like it, or do you all like competitor models like the Skoda Kodiaq, the Toyota RAV4, or the Kia Sorento?